Sorry guys for coming late. I was doing some work. I was writing letters, and I saw a letter that was written by my assistant. I was not impressed by what he did, and I referred a situation to him, and I wanted him to help me respond to a situation. And so he copied me on his letter, and when I saw what he wrote, I just knew that I needed to write the letter myself. So I was busy writing the letters, and sometimes when you are so caught up in something, you forget to look at the time. I thought I had a lot of time. When I saw the time, I just have to apologize. No excuses, no excuses. So sorry for coming on late today. But Satan is going to pay for it, because you are going to enjoy your day. You are going to enjoy this message today. You are going to be thoroughly blessed. So welcome, guys. Welcome everyone. Welcome. So who are the people there? Let me try to greet you guys. Okay, Nalon Adebayo, Shegun Fatuma, Popola, Nkiru, Obina, Adeleke, Comfy, Flair Karin, Annie Hale, Tokumbo, Pearl David, Bosse Fayagiola, Rochelle White, Noel, Kate, Jake, Michael, Yomi Jegede, Shanka, Tena, Sister Kate, Gladys, Shinwe, Nkem, Williams, Nkiro again, Gita, Joseph, Shigo, Anastasia, Olayinka, Ralph, Samuel, Daniel, Adeola, Patrick, Olayemi Success, Mary, Oluwafamilayo, Ogunlakin, Glory, James, Gladys, Nwosu, Deacon Egbon. Yeah, so welcome everyone. Like we normally do, I want to remind you to quickly go and share the link. Please go look for your share button right now and share the link. Please go share the link. Go share the link for this message. This message is going to be crucial. If you know anyone in town or in your family or anywhere, or maybe even in other continents, and you love them, and you might want, this is the kind of message you might want to invite them to. You might want to invite your friends and to come and join, because they are going to remember this message for long. I tell you that one. And also, I want to remind you that what we do is that we try to invite our friends. So we were encouraged to do video inviting our friends to come over on this platform. If you have not done your own video, or you are about to do it, or you are planning to do a video or write an article to your friends in your timeline. So anything you want to write to try to encourage people to listen and to come to this platform, we will encourage you to write to anytime you are referring to Pastor Sunday or you are referring to this platform. Please, there is a request for you. Make sure you show something like this. Let somebody help me write it on the platform right now. It's not showing well here, but what is written here is hashtag Pastor P. You see, it's a big P, Pastor. Then Sunday is a big S, Life. Life also is a big L. It's a big S for Sunday. It's a big L for life. So it's actually hashtag Pastor Sunday Life. Hashtag Pastor Sunday Life. Everything together. Make sure you write all that together anytime you make mention of our program, our broadcast, and whenever you are writing anything for yourself, whenever you want to share your story, or you want to invite people, or you want to refer to this platform or to what you are receiving here, make sure you write something like this. You put it in hashtag, because that way we create our own news feed, and everybody, all of you will be able to see what everybody is writing, and you'll be able to follow what everybody is doing. So anything that is referring to this platform, onto what we are doing, you will be easily, everybody else will be able to see them easily. So anytime you are inviting people or you're doing your video, you are posting it, for us to be able to follow what you're doing, you need to put them on hashtag Pastor Sunday at Sunday Life. Now, the next thing is that as you are sharing your link right now, as you are sharing this link, please make sure you write some comments. Because if you just share the link, many people just share the link, they don't write any comment. And when you don't write comment, people don't know what to expect. But if you write a comment, then it will help people to know what to expect. So write something. Maybe you say, "Oh, I don't know what to write. I'm just here for the first time," or "I've never, you've not preached yet. I will write it after you've preached." But you already been blessed by this platform, I'm sure, or by Pastor Sunday. So you have an idea of what you could write. So go ahead and write something on your sharing on as soon as you share the link. Go ahead and write something as well. Okay, we are ready to go. If you don't mind, here we are. We're ready to go. So the topic for today, like this series we've started this week, is called Problems. So we are going to be talking about problems this week. But today, the title is Problems Are Invitations, Access, and Authority. Problems are invitations, access, and authority. So problems are not really as bad as you might have been thinking about them. Problems are not as terribly as bad as you've thought about them. Problems are actually invitations. And problems are not just invitations, problems are access as well. Problems are not just access, problems are authority. Problem is authority. Problem is giving you authority. So problem is an invitation to you. Problem is not just an invitation, problem is both an invitation and an access. And problem is not just an access and an invitation, but problem is both an invitation and authority. Problem is both an access and authority. Problem is an access, problem is an invitation, and problem is authority. What does that mean? Let's take it progressively in that order. In the order like I've written it. So problem is an invitation, problem is an access, and problem is an authority. So problems give you invitations, problems give you access, and problems give you authority. So we are going to examine them in that order. Problems are invitations, access, and authority. Problems are invitations, as access and authority. Problems are invitations, access and authority. I can't say that enough. Problems are not bad. Problems are not so bad. Problems are not as terrible as you are thinking about them. Problems are not so scary after all. Don't run away from problems anymore. Don't be so scared of troubles or problems. 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 Here we go, problems. Problems. Problems are things that you should be getting excited about. Problems are things that should be getting you excited. Problems are things that you should be praying for. Problems. Ooh. Some of the greatest mysteries and blessings of life. Problems, guys. Problems are some of the greatest blessings you could dream about. For people who are wise, problems are an invitation. For people who have wisdom, problems are not just an invitation, they are both an invitation and an access. For people who have got wisdom, problem is an opportunity to get an invitation. Problem is an opportunity to get an entrance, to get an access. Problem is an opportunity to get authority and to gain authority. Problems. Nothing like problems there. Nothing like problems, guys. Nothing quite like problems. I welcome you to the world of problems, to where problems are celebrated. Nothing like problems. Nothing like problems. You should be rejoicing for problems. You should be getting excited for problems. Now I'm going to help you today and to change your perspective about problems, to give you new image, new expectations, that there is nothing like problems. Problems are some of the greatest blessings God could ever give to you. Problems, trust, problems. I want you to fall in love with that word. I want you to fall in love with the word problems. Nothing like it. Problems. 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 They should be putting some adrenaline in your body. They should be putting some gusto into you. They should be giving you so much energy and so much excitement that you are supposed to be running about the city and shouting and screaming, I got another problem. And when I talk about problems, I'm not talking about the problem that you have. I'm not talking about when you have issues. I'm not talking about when you have problem with your body or with your health, or when you have problem with your family or with your children. I'm not talking about personal issues when I talk about problems. When I talk about problems, I'm talking about other things. I'm talking about problems that are out there. Problems that affect people, problems that relate to the society, problems that relate to other people's lives, problems that are existing all around you. So the more problem we see around us, the more blessing there are. And I'm going to prove that to you today. And I'm going to make you to change your mind about problems. I'm going to help you to begin to make money from problems. I'm going to begin to help you to begin to get elevation through problems. I'm going to try and help you to return problems to your, not just to your invitation, not just to your access, not just to your authority, but I'm going to help you to begin to turn problems into your relevance, into your significance, into your profit, into your income, into your fame. That is what problems are meant to do for you. But if you are the type that is always scared of problems, if you are the type that is always afraid of problems, you will live a miserable life. You know why? Because our whole life is full of problems. Problems are all around us. Problems are bound around us, and you can never get rid of them. And since you can never get rid of problems, so what do you do with them? You've got to learn how to maximize them. That is the key. If you cannot get rid of problems, learn to maximize them. Learn to maximize them. Learn to maximize them. And that is the key to your victory. But not just maximize them. Learn to use problem for your own good. Learn to use problem for your own profit. Learn to use problem to your own benefit. Hallelujah. All right, now here we go. What do I mean that problems are invitation? Problems are invitation. Let me start by reading a story here for you. Now, this is a story here from the book of Mark. From the book of Mark, chapter 1, the book of Mark, chapter 1, from verse 40 to 42. And then from 44 to 45, the book of Mark, chapter 1. The book of Mark, chapter 1, reading from verse 40. It says, now a leper came to him, imploring him. That is, a leper came to Jesus, begging Jesus, imploring him, kneeling down to him. He was actually kneeling down to him and saying to him, if you are willing, you can make me clean. If you are willing, make me clean. Then Jesus, moved with compassion and stretched out his hand, touched him, and said to him, I am willing, be cleansed. I am willing, be cleansed. And as as soon as he had spoken, immediately the leprosy left him, and he was cleansed, and said to him, see that you say nothing to anyone, but go your way, show yourself to the priest, and offer for your cleansing those things which Moses have commanded as a testimony to them. All right. Then he says, however, he went out and began to proclaim it freely and to spread the matter, so that Jesus could no longer openly enter the city, but was outside in desert places, and they came to him from every direction. Now, what are we talking about? Problems. Problems are invitations. A problem is an invitation. A problem is an invitation. Now let's see the way it works out here. Can you imagine yourself just walking into the life of another person and begin to say anything you want? Or you don't have access. You don't have access to the life of anybody you want anyhow. You cannot just enter into anybody's house anyhow. You cannot just enter into anybody's business. You cannot just enter into anybody's country. You cannot just enter and do anything you want to do in the world and say, this is a free world and this is my world. No, you can't. I mean, if you do that, you'll be arrested for trespasses. Now, the thing that changes that is if you have an invitation. If you have an invitation, no trespasses charges. But if you don't have an invitation, it's called an intrusion. You intrude into somebody else's privacy. So for you not to be accused of intrusion, and for you not to intrude into another person's private life or privacy, what do you need? What do you need? Of course you need an invitation. Invitation is a magical word. Invitation is a magical word. Invitation is a magical word. Think of invitation. If you organize, let's say you organize a party, or you organize a banquet, or you organize just a dinner or something, and you only want people that you like in that dinner, or you want only people that you want to see in that banquet, and here comes some homeless people, some unknown people to you, some weird people, even if they are not homeless, even if they are looking nice, but you'll be scared. Are these CIA people? Are these FBI people? Are they secret agents? Are they KGB people? Who are they? Who invited them? Did you invite them? Did you bring them along? Who are they? Are they policemen? Are they, people in secret people? Are they secret uniform? No, civilian uniform people who have come to spy on us? You are not comfortable with people you have not invited. When you are doing something, or just in your house, you are in your house, coming out of the bathroom, or coming out of the restroom, and here you are in your towel, or your nightie, or your nightwear, and or your pajamas, and then you are coming out, and here stands a man. Here stands a man, especially when you are a lady. Here stands a man just outside of your toilet, outside of your bathroom, and you say, ooh. It doesn't matter how he's dressed. It doesn't matter how nicely he looks. It doesn't matter how wonderful he is. If you didn't expect him, if you did not invite him, and he's standing before your door when you are coming out of the restroom, or when you're just waking up in the morning and just trying to clear your eyes, and here stands those strangers in your sitting room, in your restaurant. You'll be frustrated, you'll be angered, you'll be put off by that. Nobody does that. Well, those are the things that happen to you when people come to you without an invitation. You see, only one thing changes all that. And that thing, that magical word that changes all that is an invitation. Everything changes. Your perspective changes. Your attitude changes. The ambience in the house changes. Everything changes if there is an invitation. You see, what changes your attitude and your response on your reaction to people that you see, in your compound, in your house, in your work, in your business, in your life, is if they have an invitation or not. Invitation. Now, that That looks like a simple word. But it's not that simple. It is a powerful word. I mean, without invitation, you don't get a visa. Why is it that we all struggle to get visas into countries? Yeah, especially if you are living in a country where where your passport is not visa free, and even if your passport is visa free, it is still an evidence of an invitation because you have been given an open invitation. That's why you only need to show your passport and they let you come in because you have an invitation. You have an invitation. Your country has been invited. But if you don't have such a passport that is visa free, that is why you need a visa. And for you to get a visa, people ask for your invitation. What are your invitations? What are the invitations you have? What are the documents you have? What are the papers you have to convince us that you are being invited to our country, to our nation? Give us the argument. Give us a proof that you deserve to come and visit us. Give us a proof that you deserve to be allowed into our country. And that is when you give your documents and you present the papers, and then they examine it. If your invitation is valid, and then they only give you the visa to enter into the country. So invitation is not as simple a word as you are thinking. Invitation is great. Invitation is wonderful. Invitation is something that everybody desires. Invitation to greatness. Now, that's what I'm about to tell you about today. There is an invitation to greatness. There is an invitation to prominence. There is an invitation to fame. There is an invitation to anything that you ever wanted to be in life. There is an invitation, but it is always hidden, and it is always in a subtle way. It's not coming and announcing himself, "Well, I'm an invitation." But there is a natural invitation in life. Invitation to preeminence, invitation to greatness, invitation to relevance, invitation to access, invitation to authority. There is an invitation that is always there for you, my dear. Doesn't matter what country you live in. It doesn't matter what city you are. There is a thing that you could do that will always give you an invitation. There is something. You can always have an invitation to anywhere you want. You can always have an invitation to anything you want. You can always have an invitation to anything you desire. There is a way for you to have access to invitation at any day, at any time. There is a possibility, an opportunity for you to get yourself invited. You could get invitation. How do you arrange your own invitation? How do you get automatic invitation to anywhere you want? You want to be in politics? You could have your invitation. There is a way for you to get an invitation there. You want to be a millionaire? There is a way for you to get an invitation there. You want to be, relevant in the society? There is a way for you to get an invitation there. Anywhere you wish to be, anywhere you want to see yourself, there is an opportunity to get an invitation there. There is an invitation all around us. Invitation to everything, invitation to everywhere. You could be invited if you only have the wisdom. To people who have wisdom, they know that invitations are available, and the way to get invitation is through problems. Now, so that's why I'm telling you today, problems. Problems. Problem is one of the things that you are supposed to fall in love with, because problems are those things that give you invitation. Problems extend to you an invitation. Problems are an invitation. A problem is an invitation. Anywhere you see a problem, that is an invitation right there. If you see a problem in politics, that is an invitation for you to come into that politics. If you see a problem in the life of a millionaire or in the world of business, that is an invitation right there. Any problem that you see in your society is an invitation for you to come in. It's an invitation. Any problem, a problem is an invitation. A problem is an invitation, my dear. A problem is an invitation. Any problem you see anywhere is inviting you to come in. Now, can you see how many invitations are all around you? Well, especially, you can understand why I want to go back to Africa. Africa is full of invitations. Especially in the areas where you are interested. There are invitations all around us, but because we cannot respond to all invitations, because there are so many problems around us, and every problem is inviting you. Come. I need a solution. Come, I need an answer. Come, I need somebody to respond. I need a response from somebody. That is what the problem is. Let me tell you, for example, in my country, Nigeria, we have a company that is called Julius Berger. Julius Berger is a German construction company. Now, this Julius Berger, that is a German construction company, they have made so much money from Nigeria that now they actually came from a village, from a small town, a village in Germany. And that village now is the richest village per capita in Germany. That village is the richest village per capita in Germany. That village, I mean, they were an insignificant small company that were not making wave, that were not making any difference, that were not competing in the German market. Then they got an invitation, but they saw a problem in Nigeria, in Africa. They decided to go to Africa. And you know what invited them? Not the government, not businessmen. Problems invited them. They just saw the need in Africa, that there are needs for infrastructural development, that there are needs for quality builders. And you know what? Today, everybody who has money in Nigeria, everybody who wants to respect himself, everybody who wants to build something of relevance and authority that is really worth it, they give, even government, all of them give their contracts, to whom? Not even to the local people. They give them to Julius Berger because they do quality work. And why is Julius Berger in Nigeria making so much money? Making more money than people in Germany. Making more money than people in Europe. Making more money than people in Africa. They saw a problem, a need, a deficit. They responded to an invitation. So when I go to Africa today and I see the problem of infrastructure, I say, my God. Some people are running away from Africa. They are running away because they don't know. Wisdom has not told them that those problems they are running away from are actually the invitations for them to come and have significance. Those problems they are running away from are actually the access they need, the authority they need to be whoever they dream to become in life. So some people are saying there is no electricity. Well, that is an invitation. That is an invitation right there to come and become relevant. That is an invitation to come and gain authority. That is an invitation to come and gain access. Any problem you see is an invitation. If there is a problem of teenage pregnancy in your country, that is an invitation for you, especially if you have a heart for that, if you have a burden for that. You go in, that is an invitation for you. If there is a problem of abortion in your country and you have a problem, a heart for that, that is an invitation for you. If there is a problem, no, it doesn't matter what the name of the problem is. Problems invite you. Problems are things that invite you. Problems are the things that are telling you we need help. Come in. A problem is an invitation. Now, let's go back to that story that I just read. You see, Jesus was just living his own life or passing by or something, and there was a leper. There was this leper imploring him, begging him, kneeling down and calling on him to come. And this leper was telling Jesus, if you are willing, please, you can make me clean. So, you see, it would have been so much uneasy for Jesus to just be coming and intruding in the life of anybody he sees. But because this man had a problem, because this man was a leper, that problem opens the door of his heart. That problem is appealing, is causing him to appeal to Jesus for help. So any problem, anytime you see a problem, that is a cry. A problem is a cry. In fact, a problem is a shout. As a matter of fact, a problem is a scream calling out to you. You remember the story of Batman, Bartholomew was sitting down, son of David, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. What was that? His problem. It was not, if Bartholomew was doing good, if he had not been blind, if everything was okay, he wouldn't have called out to Jesus. But because he had a problem, he was screaming. That shout of Bartholomew, the son of David, that shout, that scream, should always be in your ear. And unfortunately, when I hear pastors preach about those kind of things, the woman with the tissue of blood, or Bartholomew, or the son of David, Jesus, son of David, or we tell all these stories like as if, look what Jesus did. This is just a story, of what Jesus did. I'm not getting it. Okay, what about me today? What do I do with that? What can I learn from that? Oh, just God will do your miracle. Okay, I don't need miracle right now. Maybe I'm not blind. I don't need healing. I don't need what can I learn from that? What you could learn from that is that anytime you see a problem is screaming. Just like that blind Bartholomew is screaming and shouting for help. That is how any problem in the society is shouting at you. But you know what we do at problems? We run away. Did you see anybody whoever had an abortion and the person is suffering? That is an invitation to you. If you have a burden for that, if you have any problem in your country, that is an invitation for you. If nobody should ever complain about insignificance. Nobody should ever complain about irrelevance. Nobody should ever be irrelevant as long as there are problems. Nobody should ever be insignificant as long as there are problems in that country. As long as there are problems in your country, you should not be insignificant. As long as there are problems in your country, you should not be unnoticeable. As long as there is any challenge in your country, what are you doing, guys? What are you doing, men and women? What are you doing? Are there no problems with men? Are there no problems with women? Are there no problems with children? Are there no social problems in your country? Are there no economic problems in your country? Are there no problems with schools in your country? Are there no problems with media, with education? Are there no problems with the economy, with the politics, with corruption? Are there no problem with infrastructure? Are there no problems at all in your whole country? If there are problems, those are invitations crying out for you. Those are problems screaming at you. Those are challenges, invitations calling you. Please come to us. Please pay attention to us. Please come to our aid. Just like the blind Bartholomew was screaming and shouting, oh, please come to my aid, son of David, Jesus, son of David. Any problem in your city is crying as well to you. Any problem in your country is as well crying out like that to you. What are you going to do? How are you responding? Are you hearing the invitation or not? Are you hearing the invitation or not? Problems are invitations. Problems are both invitation and access. Problems are both invitation and access. So anytime you see a problem, you know that's a scream. That is a shouting. It's just like saying, for example, you are having headache. Let's say you are having an headache. What is that telling you? Is that just supposed to ignore it and just live your own life and just ignore it and keep on going? No, if you have an headache, that is a cry. That is an invitation for you to pay attention. That is an invitation for you to go and check up. Or that's an invitation for you to go and take some pain reliever or pain relief. That's an invitation for you to go and pay attention and check up your head and check up what is happening to you. That is an invitation for you. Any problem is an invitation. For example, people are saying, oh, I don't have a job. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You don't have a job? Are you kidding me? Nobody ever has to complain about lack of job. Nobody ever has to complain that they don't have a job. Nobody has that problem. Because as long as there are problems in your society, as long as there are problems in your city, as long as there are problems in your world, as long as there are problems in your environment, as long as there are problems in your vicinity, as long as there are problems in your country, as long as there are problems in your nation, There are invitations for you. There are invitations crying out to you that please come respond to me. Please come. Please come. Come and do something about me. I am here. I am in need of you. What are you doing about the issues, about the pressing problems of your day, about the pressing problem of your age, about the pressing problems of your time? What are you doing about the problems in the schools? What are you doing about the problems of the teenagers? What are you doing about the cyber problems? What are you doing about the problems of immorality? What are you doing about the problem of finances? What are you doing about the problems of the economy? What are you doing about the problems of political structure of your life? What are you doing about the problems in your society in general? Problems are an invitation. Problems are an invitation. Problems are an invitation. So like I said yesterday, we are created to solve problems. And that is one of the keys that the wisdom God has given to give us relevance, to give us sustenance, to give us job, to give us work, to give us fulfillment, to give us occupation, to give us mandate, to give us authority, to give us access. And one of the ways for us to have anything we will ever need in life, you can never complain because there are problems. There are people who are hungry. If there are people who are hungry in your country, there are people who need to eat. You cannot complain that you don't have a job. If there are people who need to wear clothes in your country, you cannot complain that you cannot get a job. If there are people who are changing clothes, who are eating, who are going to toilet day and night, you cannot complain that you don't have a job. If there are people who are having their hair grow up all the time, you cannot complain you don't have a job. If there are people whose nails are growing out all the time, you cannot complain you don't have a job. If there are people whose cars are breaking down every day in your country, you cannot complain you cannot get a job. If there are people in your country who have problems with their children, you cannot complain you cannot have a job. You don't have a job. If there are people in your country who have family issues with their husbands and their partners, you cannot tell me you don't have a job. If there are people who are sick in your country, you cannot tell me you don't have a job, or your church cannot grow, or your ministry cannot grow, or you cannot have relevance, or you cannot find yourself a place, or you cannot, be an addition and a blessing to your world, or you cannot become popular, or you cannot become great, or you cannot become relevant. You don't tell me those stories. Because it is either because you don't have the right mindset about problems, or you don't know that problems are actually an invitation for you. It is not God's problem. It is not God to blame. God is not to blame because God has been calling out to you through those problems. God has been sending you out calls from morning to night since you were born. Problems, invitations have been sent to you. Invitations have been sent to you, but you keep on neglecting those invitations. Well, if you neglect invitations, there's nobody to blame. There's nobody to blame. Problems are an invitation. Problems are an invitation. Problems are an invitation. Hallelujah. Just like we saw in that story now, in the story of Jesus. Jesus wouldn't have had access into the life of that guy if not for problems. But because of his problems, he opened door. You remember the woman with the tissue of blood? Jesus wouldn't have had access to her if the problem gave her own personal invitation to Jesus. Jesus would have had that opportunity to speak to her life if not for her problems. Problems are an invitation. Okay, that's one. But if you remember my message is not just that problems are invitation. Problems are both invitation and an access. Problems are both invitations and an access. What's an access? Now, access, there is one thing for you to have invitation, but there is another thing for you to have access. Because for you to have an access, you must not just get an invitation, you must take advantage of that invitation. You must make use of that invitation. So access is when you have taken advantage of the invitation you've been given. Because when you have an invitation, that gives you, the possibility, it gives a potential for you to be able to take advantage of it. But once you have taken advantage of that invitation, the next thing that is waiting for you is an access. For example, just like in my house today, not today, but a few days ago, I was in town and there were some pastors who came to see me, maybe about 7 to 10 people. and they came from another state, and I didn't know they were coming. I knew they were coming. They wrote to me, but I wrote back to them that they could come, and I also told them, please write my assistant, and I gave the telephone number of my assistant, and because even though I want to see them, but I'm so busy. I don't always. I'm not the secretary anyway. I'm not the one writing and doing. You have to go through all the rules, and they need to write somebody. Somebody needs to get them give them the time, put them in my schedule, and arrange my. So, to cut a long story short, I think they did not write to my secretary and my assistant, my personal assistant. So I went. I didn't know that when they were coming, so I thought I had time. So I went to town. I had even forgotten that I was going to have visitors, because if I don't see it in my schedule, it's not existing. And so while we were in town, the security in the house and everybody in the house started calling to my secretary. He was with me in the car, and to my driver, and everybody started saying, there are some pastors here outside of our house that have been here for the past 30 minutes waiting outside and claiming that they have an invitation to come and see me. So they are claiming they have an invitation. But you see, sometimes invitation is just an opportunity. It's just a potential. So they have an invitation, but they have not gained an access. Even though they were now in my house, but they couldn't enter into the house. Even though they have an invitation, they have an opportunity, they have a privilege, they are potentially in my house, but they were at the door. They were just at the door, they were just at the gate, and they could not enter into the compound even. In my house, before you get to the house, you got to be allowed into the compound, and the gate has to be open to you. And so these people, even though they had arrived from their state, from wherever they're coming from, into my house, but they didn't have the access. So what is the difference between an invitation and an access? The invitation must be honored. So when it was honored by them and it was honored by the security, then they confirmed with me, are you really expecting this person, these people? I said, yes. So that now gave them the access. So invitation is one thing, but invitation will lead to an access if you take advantage of it. So now, when those people came to my house, they became, before they still had invitation, but they still had a form of timidity. Even though they had invitation, they had not been given access. Access gives you authority. Access gives you boldness. Access gives you, peace. Access gives you comfort. Access gives you acceptance. Access gives you vicinity. Access gives you the ability to take advantage, to reach out, to receive something that you would not have been able to receive otherwise. So an access is different from an invitation, but it's in progression. An invitation leads to an access, and an access leads to authority. So what I'm saying is that if you keep on, even though problems invite you, even though problems is calling out to you, giving you invitation, but you still need to take advantage of that invitation before you go and get an access. For example, this man who was telling Jesus, please come into my life and heal me, this man, yes, is giving out the invitation to Jesus, but after Jesus had accepted the invitation and has entered into his life by resolving his problem, so resolving the problem of this man gave Jesus the access to be able to actually speak into the life of this man. So now that Jesus had resolved this problem, now he's entered into the house. He had entered into this man's life. He had entered into this man's life. And now that he has entered into the man's life, he could now tell the man, okay, now that you have been healed, go out and tell and do this and this, go and do what Moses commanded to be done. Go and wash yourself clean. Go and pay whatever you need to pay to Moses and all. So now, before, this man could have told Jesus, who are you to tell me what to do? Who are you to tell me what to do? But because Jesus has resolved the problem of this man, Jesus has resolved the problem of the man. Now Jesus has the authority to speak to him. Jesus had the access. He had access to his ears. He had access to his heart. He had access to his mind. And so Jesus could now, behave with him freely and give him further instructions. And that's what he did. Now, like I said, access leads to authority. Access leads to authority. And because of that access that Jesus was having, what gave Jesus that access? Let's talk about that first of all. What gave Jesus that access is that the fact that he responded to the need he saw. He responded to the problem he saw. And he resolved the problem. Now, so that's a big difference between invitation and access. Now, you've been invited. Okay, any problem you see in your country gives you an invitation. Any situation, anything is giving you an invitation, is inviting you. But for you to have access, for example, if I say, we have electricity problem in Nigeria. Okay, that's one thing. So that problem is inviting me. It's inviting anybody. So I could, decide to go and look for partners, technical partners in Ukraine, in America, in the West, in Germany, who are interested in helping fix the problem in Nigeria, the electricity problem. So if I bring those people to the table, I have accepted the invitation. I've accepted the invitation to respond to that problem that is there. By response to that problem gives me an access to be able to, so I can now go into the market, into the electricity market of our country and say, okay, I'm a player here now. I'm now a player. So seeing an invitation is one thing. Responding to the invitation gives you authority, power to be, a colleague, to be a player in the market. So now, as a player, you can now begin to speak to that situation. You can now begin to address the situation that is on ground. You can now begin to address the problem of electricity in that country. But if you resolve that problem, that gives you an authority. That gives you an authority. So, we should not be scared of problems. Problems are an invitation. Problems are an access. Problems are invitations, access, and authority. Problems are our key to relevance. Problems are our key to prominence. In fact, everything that is giving you relevance today is because you are responding to one problem or the other, or you are resolving one problem or the other. So right now, I am changing my attitude to the problems of my country. Not just now, I've known this for a while, but I'm taking on Nigeria right now. And when I talk about Nigeria, people think that this guy is deluded. He's just living in some kind of delusion. I mean, how can I be talking so boldly? Guys, you have come across a real player here. I know what I'm talking about, and I've done it many times and over. The more problems there are in a nation, the more invitations you are receiving. Invitation to what? Invitation to prominence. The more problems there are in a country, the more invitations you are receiving. Invitation to what? Invitation to preeminence, invitation to significance, invitation to money, invitations to influence, invitation to contribute, invitation to make yourself count, to make your life count. So what we have been taught in churches to be running away from problems is counterproductive. We shouldn't be teaching people in churches to run away from problems. We should be teaching people to confront problems, to encounter problems, and to resolve problems. Can you imagine if people have run away from the challenge of building planes? That was a challenge at the time for the whole world, for the whole humanity. How do we cross the oceans? How do we cross the continent? How do we travel faster? And people responded to that problem. They received that challenge. They received that invitation, and that gave them access to be working on that challenge, on that problem. And when they resolved it, even after they are dead, the brothers, the Wright brothers, they are still having authority. They did not just have authority when they were alive, but because they resolved that problem, the problem that you resolve gives you authority. Your authority comes on the things that you have provided solution to, that you have provided an answer to. Let me tell you something. Every one of us, we are born to provide answer to something. Every one of us was sent to this world to provide solution to something. Every one of us, there is no one of us that is here by accident. God didn't just send you here by chance. He sent you here to provide solution to something, to provide and become an answer to something. You were sent here by God. You were specially designed by God to be able to provide solution to some people's desires, to some people's needs. Why do we watch television? Because somebody is providing solution to our entertainment needs, to our boredom needs. They are providing solution to our heart cries, to the cry of our eyes, to the demands of our eyes, to the demands of our body. Why do we eat? Because some people, because we have that desire to eat. So some people have business because of that. So problems are an invitation to a business. Problems are our invitation to enterprise. Problems are our invitation to businesses. Problems are our invitations to creativity. Problems are our invitation to greatness. Problems that we take on, they give us a chance to actually be able to prove our relevance, to make ourselves greater. So we could, so there is a problem that is built inside you. There is a problem that is built in you to be addressed. There is a situation in this life that you must address, you must talk to, that you must speak to, that you are supposed to bring solution to. There are people all over the world that you are supposed to be their source of joy, that you are supposed to be their source of relief, that you are supposed to be their source of answers. And when I talk about Nigeria, I'm not just bragging or boasting, or I'm not just talking. You guys will see the result. You will see the result. The more problems there are in a nation, the more significant that will be for you. The more opportunities there are for you. In fact, as a matter of fact, there are more chances to become rich, famous, prosperous, wealthy in countries where there are problems, in developing countries, that there are in developed countries. Why? Because in developed countries, they already address a lot of these problems. But in developing countries where there are more problems, we should not be running away from those problems. We should be viewing them as our invitation. We should be viewing them as our opportunity to an access. We should be viewing them as an opportunity to our authority. So problems, therefore, are our invitation, calling us to what? To greatness. Calling us to what? To relevance. Calling us to what? To access. People who are in our oil industry, Nigerians like to complain. I'm from Nigeria myself. And people from there complain and say, like yesterday, the other day I was talking about Dangote. That, that's one of the greatest guys we have in the country. That's our pride. Somebody told me, I was talking about Bill Gates and other people, then I mentioned Dangote. And somebody, a good guy, he wrote and said, only not Dangote. Because we criminalize, we kind of, demonize these people who have responded to problems. Why didn't you respond to it? Why didn't you respond to it? People who have given their lives, who have done something, if you have not done something better, keep your mouth shut. If you have not, proof that you could do better than you have done, keep your mouth shut, my dear. What have you done? What have you responded to? So, it's easy to criticize people. It's easy to villarize people. It's easy to, to just demonize people. But you know what? I have anybody that has responded to the invitations of problems, that have gained their authority one way or the other. They earn my respect. They earn my respect. I have to respect them. I don't have any option because they have proved it with their works. So, but you are just there complaining. You are also being invited to significance. You are also being invited to relevance. And all of us were custom made from heaven. We were packaged from heaven to resolve one problem or the other. And it's not just one problem. You are not just packaged to resolve just one problem. There are so many problems that your gifts could address. There are so many problems that your capacity could resolve. There are so many problems that your history, that your preparation, your life journey has equipped you to address. But if you are going to keep on running away from problems, if you are going to keep on running away, getting scared away from problems and running away, then you will never come to a place of relevance. So I am running back to Africa. I want to finish my demons here. I want to finish my fights here, my battles here in Ukraine, in Russia, and I want to go and take on all the problems in Africa. People are thinking I'm a pastor, that I'm coming to build a church. Forget about that. I'm coming to resolve issues. I'm coming to resolve problems. People are saying, but we have presidents, we have politicians out there who are ready to do all that. I mean, who are trying to do something and they're not doing. Everything depends on what you know there. I have been privileged to know some things over these past 30 years that I've been in this country. God has been helping me here. In the 30 years I've been here to learn and learn and learn. And one of the things I've learned is that the more there are problems, the more there are opportunities. The more problems that are out there, the more greatness waiting for us. So if you are out there running away from Nigeria or running away from your country, I would like you to advise you to do this. Go and find an interest. Go and find an area of your life where you'll be interested in. If you are going to be interested, let's say in electricity, go and study that subject very well and go and find partners and then go back and respond to the invitation of electricity challenge in your country, to the problem of electricity in your country. That response will give you access. Then that access will give you authority. If you are interested in child education in Nigeria or in your country, and you know what, instead of you go to be running away, you could only run away to do one thing. Run away to go equip yourself. Run away to go, make yourself ready. Run away to go add value to yourself. Run away to go to a solitude or to a place of self-development. Develop yourself to the extent that you'll be able to come back with a solution to address that issue. So come back and address, we should not be seeing our problems in Africa as just horrible things that we should all run away. We're all waiting for somebody to resolve the problem before we come back. Some people are waiting for government to resolve the political problem, let there be stability before we come back. Some people are waiting for electricity to be restored before they come back. Some people are waiting for infrastructure to be fixed before they come back. Maybe, you want to tell me that your own duty in life is just to enjoy what other people have fixed? So you want to tell me that your own role in life is not to fix anything? It's just to survive, to work, and just to enjoy what other people have fixed? No. That is a low living. That's a low living. It's a low thinking. It's a low mindset. We are greater than that. We are bigger than that. We are wiser than that. We are people of the 21st century. God is in you. Greater is He that is in you that is in the world. Think solution. Think of money less, but think solution more. Think of giving life to somebody. Think of giving inspiration to somebody. Think of giving, what can you do to give life to someone? What can you do to give entertainment or just good mood to somebody? What can you do to put laughter in somebody's life, in somebody's eyes, in somebody's face, in somebody's life, What can you do to add and make a difference? We are all created for that purpose. We are all created to add value to other people and to life in general. But how will you ever be able to do this if you run away from problems? You were packaged from heaven to resolve problems. We were all custom made for problems. Like I said yesterday, everything about you resolves problems. Your eyes is created for problems. Your eyes are resolving problem of sight. Your nose is created for problems. It's not just for beauty, it's for problems. Your nose is resolving the problem of breath, oxygen. Your teeth are resolving problems. That's why you're able to chew and eat and also to smile. Your face is resolving problem. That's why we identify who you are. Your head is resolving problem. That is the storage for your brain. Everything is resolving problem. Your hands are resolving problems. That's what gives you your daily bread. You walk with your hands most likely, or you carry things with your hand. Everything about us is to create, to resolve problems. You are all thoroughly created to resolve problems. Your legs are resolving problems. Your ears are resolving problems. Even your eyebrows are resolving some problems or the other. Even your ear in the head are resolving problems. Your, private parts are resolving big problems, reproductive problems. Everything is with a purpose. Your liver is resolving problems. Your kidneys are resolving problems. Everything about you are resolving some problem or the other. You are all created to resolve problems, to solve problems in this world. You are not just created to just enjoy what other people have done. You are not just created to wait until problems have been resolved and to come and say, yes, I have a beautiful country. Yes, things are good here. Yeah. It's beautiful. Look at the city. Look at that tree. Look at that how they be. It's nice. You are not supposed to just be, a cheerleader. No, you are not supposed to just be an audience. You are not supposed to just be a fan. You have your own field. You have your own area of passion, of interest, where God has equipped you to bring relevance to. Where there are invitations out there for you. There are problems in that segment where you have passion for. In that area where you have, where you have heart for, where you have calling for. There are invitations out there saying, come and resolve me. Come and resolve me. Attend to the invitation. That will give you an access. But more than that, that problem will give you an authority eventually. It will become your key to money. It will become your key to relevance. It will become your key to significance. It will become your key to greatness. It will become your key to leaving a legacy behind. Guys, I've been talking a lot. I think my time is over, but before I finish, I just want to encourage you to go share the link. If you have not shared this link yet, go look for the button. There is a share button under there, under your video. Go look for the share button, please, and press that share button and write something as you are sharing the button. Write something. And whenever you want to write something on your timeline, or you want to invite people, or you want to just write anything or article or video that is referring to Pastor Sunday or to this live stream, please don't forget to write the hashtag Pastor Sunday Life. So you see, Pastor is written, P is big, S is big, life is big. Pastor Sunday Life. Somebody can write that out for us, just for you to see. So we will encourage you to do your own invitation and invite people to come and be blessed on this platform as well. Invite people to come and join us on a daily basis. We're here 2 times a day. Can you imagine? I'm finding time to be here for you 2 times a day. So you want to, if you love somebody, if you care for some people or the other, you want to invite them to come and join us. It's 7:30 every day, 7:30 a.m. British time and Nigerian time as well, and 2:30 a.m. American time, Eastern time, that is. And also every evening, 7 p.m. Nigerian time and 7 p.m. British time, and also 2 p.m. Eastern time in America. So, you're welcome, and let people know about it. And whenever you talk about it, or you write about it, or you share about it, or you do a video or something, make sure you put Pastor Sunday Live. That will open a news stream. It will make whatever you are writing to be popularized. It will go to the news stream, and everybody will be able to see it, okay? Now let me see what you are thinking about today's message. What's your thought about today's message? Let me see. Is anybody writing anything about today's message? Did you get anything? Were you blessed? Let me see what you're writing. I will just read a few of your comments. Let me see. Is there anybody writing anything? Okay, Nkem DK says, we just need to stretch our minds and think outside the box when it comes to problems. Well, I hope we do. Bright Chibu says there are more changes to become famous in countries that are developing than developed countries. Yeah, that's what I said. It says, run away to go and add value to yourself. Run away to develop yourself and come back with results, right? Okay. We are all custom made to resolve problems. Think of what you can do to add value and make a difference in your society. Right. Right. I hope you got something from this really. And I hope you will begin to change your attitude towards problems. Ladapo Abiodun says, from now on, I will be looking for problems. Well, that's a better one. That's a good one. Let's stop running away from problems. Let's begin to look for them. Noel Okushuku says, scriptures, wow, how scriptures are alive. Problem is the land that God said he will give to us to have dominion. Okay. Problems are problem is the land of promise that God promised us that where we should have dominion over. Now I get it. What you solve, that is what you gain influence over. And what you have influence over, that's where you have dominion. Brilliant. Paul Oriade says, I need more capacity to solve more problems. Pastor is really preaching more powerfully this morning. Wow, God bless you, sir, he says. Access, Joy says, access gives the authority, access gives the ability to receive something, right? Noel says, Father, build in me a higher level of sensitivity to respond to problems with effective solution. Amen. Akintola Olarewaju says, hope this is life with Pastor Sunday. I have missed a lot for a while. Well, no problem. If you have missed a lot, what you do is go to Sunday Adelaja blog, SundayAdelajablog.com, SundayAdelajablog.com, and look for video blog there, and you'll be able to listen to as many as you have missed. You will be able to listen to as many as possible. Okay. Valera Jdan say, Pastor ve super. He said, Pastor, you are just superb. It's writing in Russian, one of our guys here. Omobola Adaraloye says, yes, problems are the key to our breakthrough. Right? Ojo Pelumi say, in the whole of Lagos mainland, I could not get a good library to study. Well, that's an invitation right there. De Bafu say, wow, I never saw this scripture in this light. Very impressive. No more excuses. Thank God, thank God. Akomolafe Julius said, David got to prominence via problems. Saul ran from it. David embraced it with courage, and he became prominent. Vera Castlave says, problems are keys to your prosperity. That's all right. Jocelyn Takarabe said, the real facts, problem is everywhere. People born to have a problem. There is no way to escape from it. Just face it, resolve it, and you will become somebody. Bolaji Martin said, this is a holy convocation right here. Marvin Ofori said, I'm right now redefining the word problem. Omobola says, yes, we can't blame God anymore for our situation because we have refused to resolve problems around us. So we blame ourselves rather than blaming God for not providing for us. Mary Mogure said, I have no excuse at all to be without impact anymore. Jumbo said, wow, wow, wow. So I am created to solve problems. Yes, sir. Omobola said, we have about 170 million people in Nigeria, but we are not producing a lot of things. We are just using them. That's why we must change our philosophy. That's why those preachings in the churches that are telling you to run away from problems, that's a pity. That's a pity. Then we must change our philosophy towards issues and problems. Pat Agbon said, can't it all joy when you are jobless, as in is it an invitation to solve the problem in your vicinity? That's all right. Mashu Esson said, even nations will listen to us if we are able to bring solutions to their problems, like Daniel, David, Joseph. Yes. Yeah. Yetunde said, as long as there are problems in my vicinity, I can never be jobless, right? Ojo Pelumi said, there is a serious problem in Nigeria with education. There is a department dinner set to take place, and I'm of the opinion that every class should set up a bank account. Anyway, yeah, go and resolve it. Go and become an answer. Why not? Go become an answer. Mashu Esson say, wow, Pastor, you are so wise. There is no way someone will reject solution to their problems. Yes. Pat Agbon said, a lot of problems in our nation. Wow, that means a lot of opportunities, my dear. Ladakwa said, I will begin to run after problems from now on. Yesterday said, I said it the other day that Pastor Sunday operates far beyond human capacity. I think it's an angel on earth. We are all an angel. Stella Nohu said, I have never heard any message on problems like this. We are taught to run away from problems. Paul David said, every problem is an invitation, a call for attention and expertise. That's so true. Abiodun said, many run away from Nigeria because of problems. Well, yeah. Flair Karim Matthew said, complaining about problem is a departure, is a declination of this invitation. Yeah. Fumi Jeboda says, problems boku for my city and nation. Oh, God have mercy. Noel say, wow, I'm loving Christianity now. Ekene said, if you cannot be a problem solver, then you check your life as a born again. Nkiru says, stop running 440 from problems. Rochelle White said, this is such a wonderful revelation here. Noel said, Kai, God is alive. Oh. He sure is. Joseph Oyewole said, every problem we see is a scream to us for our attention. It's a call for our action, right? Omobola said, thank you, Pastor. Some will even tell you they don't have money to solve the problem. But Jacob never had the money to solve the problem. He faced it, but he had God and created solution for the problem. Well, I have messages as well on how to start something from nothing. So if you go to my blog and listen to my series on faith, video blog on my blog, SundayAdelajablog.com, you will see how to start something from nothing. Yetunde say, wow, my country Nigeria has so many invitations. Everybody, please grab your own copy. Fumi says, be remembered, you are remembered for the problem you solved, not for the problem you created. Right. But Dave Bafu says, exciting message packed with innovative ideas. Value added indeed. Flair Karen said, this is so true. Plus, problems and invitations are free. It is time to embrace them all. TY say, you are not of this world, sir. Your thinking pattern is superior. Jan Bab said, problems provide opportunities for sensitive people and for wise people. Stella Julius said, okay, just greeting from Sweden. Stella says, Stella Nuhu said, great people leave their comfort zones to seek for problems to resolve. That's why they become great, like Julius Berger in Nigeria. Noel says, so I'm not limited to Nigeria alone. As long as there are problems in Africa and everywhere, this is a revelation from the Lord. Abiodun Ladap was saying, God bless you, Pastor. You have opened my mind. This is exciting. Edith said, I shall face my invitation. Kenneth says, thank you, Pastor. I've been running away from problems, but now I will face them and accept their invitations. Here today says, this morning message, Nadai, is a big wake-up call. And he said, wow, really? Yeah. Okay. L. Eslin say, what was the scripture? No, you've got to go and listen to it again. Go listen to the message again. And the way you do that, Eslin, is to press the share button. Once you share it, it will come to your page, and then you'll be able to listen to the whole thing more attentively, okay? Pearl David say, this is a problem solution university, graduating class of Dr. Sunday Adelaja. Show us your problem and we will solve it for you. Christina Lampe said, this is a proof that God is alive by sending a teacher from heaven to prepare us to conquer the world. The way that Pastor Sunday teaches, there is no one that teaches like that. Queen Onyema said, Pastor, please, I need your email address. My email address is pastor@godembassy.org. pastor@godembassy, one word, godembassy.org. Shegun Lawal said, this is great wisdom. You are more than a doctor and professor, sir. More grace. Ebenezer, I am certainly blessed today listening to you. Steve Osareti said, thank you, Pastor, for opening our eyes time after time. It's our time to arise and shine. Yep. What's the time now? Okay. You guys, I think we've had a nice time with you. I hope you not just be hearers alone, but that God will help you to become doers of this word that you've listened to. So let's go ahead and practice. Let's go ahead and become doers of the word. Let's go ahead and put to practice what we are learning. And may the Lord bless you. I will be back tonight. I'll be back in the evening. Yep, I'll be back in the evening. I hope you will be there. And, more blessing waiting for us. God bless you, everyone. Bye.